So hi everyone, we're going to be covering the UPCERA mill portfolio today. UPCERA is a brand mostly known for their consumables, zirconia and glass ceramics, but they have a pretty solid mill line as well. And we're going to be breaking it down today. But before we do it, as always, like, subscribe, do something about this video. All right, let's jump right into it. So they have a couple different types of equipment. We're going to start with the most basic and we're going to move towards the most complex mills. So starting with the A41, it's a 4-axis dry milling machine. So what is this for? Single units and up to 3-unit bridges for in PMMA, zirconia, and wax. It's a pretty straightforward mill, really lightweight, 85 kilos. You can put up to 4 burrs on it and it consumes less than 1 kilowatts. And what you're going to see here is that UPCERA does not describe the spindle power. It describes the overall power consumption of the mill. That gives you an idea of the spindle power, but it does not give you the precise number. So moving down their portfolio, what we're going to see here is the A51. It is a 5-axis dry only. And the big thing about this mill is that it's the most affordable 5-axis mill for dry milling that they have. So again, dry milling, zirconia, PMMA, wax, maybe some hybrid ceramics. But what makes this mill affordable is that it does not, as you can see here, have the option for 90-degree milling. So if you want to do a full arch and you want a really detailed vestibular, this would not be your solution. But if you have a lot of crown and bridge, you just need a lot of volume on zirconia, this is a really solid option if you want to have a backup mill or a really affordable option to be your first mill. So moving down, we get to the A52, which is the upgrade from the A51. What are the main differences between the A51 and the A52? There are 3 differences here, maybe 4. So difference number 1. This mill here has a C-clamp and it has the option for 90-degree milling. So if you want to do a full arch with high definition on the vestibular, perfect solution for you. Number 2, this mill here works with a Cycotec spindle, which is a German, really solid, really well-established spindle. And this one carries servo motors and the motherboards are Panasonic. So this has a really higher end components to it. Again, this is their best selling mill. Focused for who? Labs, maybe clinics that want to do anything from single units to full arches in zirconia, PMMA, wax, maybe some hybrid ceramics. Moving down one more step, we have the A52W, which is pretty much the same mill, but focused on wet milling. So instead of zirconia, PMMA, wax, we have PMMA, which can be milled wet or dry, glass ceramics, pre-milled abutments, and even peak. If you want to mill wet, you can also do it. Taking one step down, we have the A53, which is their most automated option out there. Why most automated? Because you have this huge guy on the right here with 24 automatic disc changers to it. So if you do the math, you have way over 100 hours of production capacity installed on this disc changer. What is this mill? It's basically an A52 on the left here attached to a 24-fold disc changer. So who is this for? Either a high production lab or someone that needs a lot of automation, that don't have a lot of staff to keep going back and forward changing the discs manually. Now we'll start to get into the metal milling options. We have the B42 and the B52. The main difference between those two is that the B42, as the name suggests, it's a 4-axis, and the B52 is a 5-axis. They are both metal focused mills. So what you have here is titanium, chrome, cobalt, whatever it is. On the 42, you're focused on glass ceramics and pre-milled abutments. On the 52, you're focused on milling bars and bigger structures. Of course, when you're able to mill things like titanium, you can mill any other material as well. And they have their 2 newest launches, which is the M52 Air-Free and the E52 Hybrid. What are those 2 mills? The M52 Air-Free is basically the A52, so 5-axis, dry only, 90 degrees milling, servo motors, Cycotec spindle, Panasonic boards, but it does not require an external compressor. So this is a, let's call it plug and play mill. focused for maybe clinics that are tight on space or small labs that don't have a compressor. And you have the E52 hybrid. And the thing about the E52, it's a hybrid mill, so you can do wet and dry with the capability of milling metal. So anything from cobalt to titanium bars, you can mill with the E52. If you still have any questions, access our website. You're going to have a comparison tool with all the information you need about any type of equipment.